This show gets better and better every single freaking week. Like, if you are someone that you cannot stand the Arrowverse, watch Superman and Lois. Superman and Lois is so good. It's so good for multiple different reasons. Number one, the story is always progressing. You never feel as though an episode is being wasted essentially for filler. All the characters get development. Clark gets development, Jordan gets development, Johnathan gets development, Lois gets development, John Henry Irons gets development, Natalie gets everyone in the show gets development. And you can see it, and you can track it, and you can follow it. Clark's freaking out because whatever this connection is causing him to freak out and spaz out. Lois is freaking out because she's dealing with Natalie, she's dealing with having to meet her sister, she's dealing with her dad, she has to raise the boys. There's a lot of shit on her plate, essentially. Like, Jordan's path is essentially trying to figure out whether or not he wants to continue dating the girl that he loves. Jonathan's path is just trying to be a good brother and basically be a normal freaking high schooler dealing with all the supernatural superpower bullshit going on around him. And it looks as though his character arc is definitely going to be a lot darker going into the future. Who else is there? John Henry Irons, dude just wants to be a dad. But at the exact same time, attempting to be a dad with all this superpowered shit going on around him, he's gonna have to balance it out. Natalie's whole issue, she's in a completely new universe with somebody who looks like her mom. She has to reallocate this, figure it out. She has to reconnect with her dad, reconnect with herself to essentially live a normal life, reconnect with essentially two new half brothers from a completely different universe. You can track everyone's arc, and it's great. I love the way in which they're dealing with Superman's rage, where his rage isn't just a random freak out, or you don't get to see it, which is one of the complaints that I had with Flash Armageddon, which is when Barry was blacking out, even though we figured out what was going on later on, one of the things that didn't do well was essentially showing the Flash's rage, or the Flash's freakouts. You see Clark's, like, he's on the porch, a freakout happens, it looks like he's having a panic attack, then he has like that major emotional freakout with Jordan, because Jordan wants to tell his secret and Clark's like, no, and the eyes go red and looks like he's about to laser him. Then later on, we get the next step of that freakout when he's dealing with Jonathan's fight and he has him in the locker room. He yeets the helmet into the wall, and then he can't laser Johnathan, but he feels the laser blast coming, so he blasts it into his hands. A continuation of that, because he's the one who hurt himself, his hands don't heal as fast, so Johnathan essentially has to drive them both home, calling back on General Lang to essentially get his help and trying to figure everything out. John Henry goes off to do like his own. Everything is good, and it's great. I love this show, and I really wish that the rest of the CW would follow this show's formula, which is cut out 60% of the bullshit, take all the money you save not making these filler episodes, put them into like 8, 9, 10 super solid episodes that advance the story, and you would have 8 seasons of The Flash that are absolutely fantastic. Can you imagine if we had 10 episodes without the fillers of a season of Reverse Flash, Zoom, Savitar, The Thinker? That'd have been dope shit. I'd have absolutely loved that. I'd have loved every single minute of it. But Superman and Lois, fantastic. This episode, fantastic. It sets up so much. The end of the episode sets up so much, because at the end of the episode, it's essentially, how do you get to the fortress? Why does this guy know where the fortress is? Where is he from? Is he an Eradicator? Is he Doomsday? Is he a Bizarro? Which it seems as though he might be a Bizarro, but it's like multiple directions that we can go in from here. Is Johnathan gonna be taking drugs? Like, what's that all going to be about? Is there going to be like a clash of the Superboys? Because as we see one Superboy in Jordan rise, we're seeing the other Superboy, as in Johnathan, looks like he's going to start to spiral and fall. Eventually, that's going to come to a head. What's this, like, I'm even interested in Lois's storyline. Like, what's Lois's storyline? Like, what's going on with Lucy? It doesn't seem as though it's the same Lucy Lane from Supergirl. Even though it's the same actress, it seems as though she's on a completely different trajectory, because Supergirl Lucy Lane was a soldier. She was basically like her dad's favorite. She was a daddy's girl. She was super driven, motivated. This Lucy Lane joined a cult, which is super weird that a Superman show would have a character join a cult. There's a dark joke in there somewhere, because I was like, wow, Lucy Lane joined a cult. I was like, huh, that's really pulling that like another show's character who joined a cult. At least this Lucy Lane's cult is fake. That one joined a cult in real life. But I'm loving it. It's an absolute blast. Like, between this and the fact that I've officially caught up on Peacemaker, DC shows are kicking ass. And I absolutely love it. Like, it is fantastic. I honestly wouldn't mind if the reason why DC has essentially separated Superman and Lois from the rest of the Arrowverse, I honestly wouldn't mind if the reason why there's this big separation has everything to do with the fact that, like, Taylor Holshin is just going to end up being the DCEU Superman going forward. Like, I'm fine with that, because the dude's crushing into Superman. I love Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's dope as shit, but at the exact same time, like, if Tyler Holshin decides he wants to be Superman, DC is like, we want you to be our main Superman going forward. Yes. Yes! Make him the main Superman. Give me all of these villains and things that are going on. Give me the whole relationship drama and stuff like that. Have people sit down and watch Superman and Lois and go, I understand what's happening in the DCEU now, and it's absolutely fucking fantastic. I loved it, and I can't wait till next week. Like, I cannot wait until next week. And I don't know whether or not I want to do, I don't know what I should do. I probably put it up to a vote whether or not I should go back and review like the last 4 episodes of Peacemaker, or if I just wait until the entire series is done and then talk about stuff, because there's a lot of great things going on in Peacemaker as well. But yeah, did you watch Superman and Lois? Did you enjoy it? Comment down below, let me know, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.